What if I told you Nigeria was fought a war, not just with guns, but with money? Not metaphorically, literally. Money became a weapon. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that everything you have saved, every note, every coin, just becomes worthless, gone, vanished. It happened right here in Nigeria. During the Biafran War, currency itself was used to choke an entire region. The same money that bought food could also starve you. And from the chaos, from the ashes of war, came the Naira, the symbol of a new nation. Here is the deal. This isn't about economics. It's about power, identity, survival. So why did Nigeria really change from pounds to Naira? Let's unravel it. All right, we're just going to take a step back to the very beginning. Before independence, Nigeria used the British system. Pounds, shillings, and pence. 1 pound was 20 shillings, and 1 shilling was 12 pence. Now, under British colonial rule, our currency was the British West African pounds. It was used across colonies then. That was around 1958. Nigeria began printing our own version, which was the Naira pound. It was the same system, same value, but with our name on it. It was still the British money in spirit, the language, and the math. Even the Queen's shadow lingered on our notes. 1959, that was the birth of Nigeria owns pound. Then on July 1st, 1959, the Central Bank of Nigeria released our first true national notes. The British West African banknotes were withdrawn, and in came the Nigeria pounds. You should realize this. The numbers still stayed colonial. 20 shillings to a pound and 12 pence to a shilling. By 1962, the name on the notes changed from Federation of Nigeria to Federal Republic of Nigeria. That was more than design, it was pride, a baby step towards full independence. Still, the real drama hadn't begun yet. Alright, let's skip to the real drama. You see, in May 1967, tension exploded in the Eastern region. The Eastern region at the time was dominated by the Igbo people. They declared themselves the Republic of Biafra. And just like that, Nigeria was at war with itself. But this wasn't just a battle of bullets. It was also a battle of banknotes. Biafra actually did set up its own bank, which was called Bank of Biafra. It printed its own currency, the Biafra pound, and it tried to survive under total blockade. No import, no export, no foreign aid. Even food was blocked. Now you imagine living through that. You can't buy food. You can't even buy commodities. You can't sell. You can't save. Unless your money is accepted. And outside Biafra, no one wanted Biafra currency. Money became more than paper. It became the line between life and starvation. Now let's cut to 1968, the moment Nigeria turned money into weapon. In 1968, the Nigerian government made a bold but brutal move. They redesigned the currency. Every old note issued before was suddenly invalid. Think about that. Overnight, piles of cash in the eastern region, including those held by families, traders, even relief workers became worthless. You could only exchange your old notes for the new ones if you were in the federal controlled areas. If you lived in Biafra, too bad for you at the time. It was a clever strategy, ruthless, but quite effective. Because while the soldiers fought on the battlefield, the real economy of Biafra was being strangled silently through money. Now you should realize that that's how powerful currency can be. It can starve a rebellion. By 1970, when the war ended in Biafra, Biafra surrendered, but the victory came with a heavy human cost. Many Eastern Nigerians who survived the war came out with absolutely nothing. Not their homes, not their jobs, and certainly not their money. The Nigerian pounds they had were old and now regarded invalid. Their Biafra pound was completely worthless at this point. Some people who once had life savings worth hundreds of pounds, they were given just 20 pounds as compensation. Now imagine watching your entire life work vanish because of a policy. No bullets fired. It was just quiet cruelty of paper and ink. For those people, it wasn't just about money they lost. It was trust. Now let's skip to 1973, the birth of the Naira and Kobo. So after the war, Nigeria needed a fresh start. Something that said, we are one again. So on January 1st, 1973, the Naira and Kobo were born. The pound was gone for good. Finally, money made sense again. 100 Kobo equals 1 Naira. But more than logic, it carried emotion. It was a break from colonial influence, a way to say, this is ours. The Naira became a symbol of independence and a quiet attempt to heal from what the war broke. Now, why did Nigeria make this change? It was done for 3 reasons. Number 1, political pride. Ditching the British pound system meant breaking the last mental chain of colonization. 2, simplicity and modernization. The decimal system made trade, pricing, and education easier. No more 12 pence and 20 shillings, just 100 kobo in 1 naira. Then 3, unity. After a war that tore the whole nation apart, Nigeria needed a symbol everyone could share, from east to west, north to south. Money became that shared identity. Alright, let's understand the emotion behind it all. Simple, money. In Nigerian story, it wasn't just a paper. Money wasn't just a paper. It was power. It decided who could eat, who could flee, who could rebuild. The 1968 redesign won the war economically, but it also broke hearts, erased savings, and left scars still whispered about till today. And yet, the birth of the Naira symbolized hope, a chance to rebuild, a dream that maybe, just maybe, the new currency could represent unity instead of division. So next time you hold a Naira note, take a second look. It's not just a piece of paper. It's the story of survival, strategy, and scar. In conclusion, the Naira wasn't born in peace, it was born in the shadow of war. It carries within it the weight of conflict and the hope of reconciliation. From the colonial pound to the Naira, Nigeria currency journey mirrors its nationhood, full of pain, power, and persistence. Because in Nigeria, even money has a memory. Alright, if you like this documentary story, thank you for sticking to the end. Please do well to like and subscribe just so you get my next story. Thank you and bye bye for now. Subscribe.